So hello guys, this is a story of murder, a story of betrayal, a story of assault, and trust me guys, you will want to stick with me to the end of this video. And this story is between two lovebirds that happened in University of Port Harcourt, Nigeria. But before we get into this video, I want you guys to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. Let's get right into it. The victim, Justina Otuene, was a 20-year-old 300-level student in the Department of Biochemistry at the University of Port Harcourt, UNIPORT. The perpetrator, Damien Okoligwe, was a 400-level student of Petrochemical Engineering at the same institution, which of course is UNIPORT. They were known to be in a romantic relationship, which some reports suggest may have been on and off or recently ended. Damien Okoligwe resided in an apartment complex located in the Goba area of Obiokpo local government area of Rivers State, a popular off-campus residential neighborhood for students. It all started in mid-October 2023. Justina went to Okoligwe apartment. The prosecution later established that she was intentionally lured to the residence. The circumstances of this visit were crucial, as investigators suggested that Okoligwe's intent was sinister from the outset, possibly connected to money rituals. While at the apartment, Okoligwe carried out the murder of Justina. The manner of her death, as established during the trial, was brutal and intentional. The court later confirmed that there was no element of self-defense or accident. Okoligwe deliberately caused her demise. Following the murder, Okoligwe engaged in a highly calculated and cold-blooded act to hide the crime. He dismembered Justina's body into several parts. He then packaged these remains into a large sack, commonly known as Ghana must go bag. This gruesome effort was clearly designed to make the body unrecognizable and easy to dispose of without raising any suspicion. In the days immediately following the murder, a fetid strong odor began emanating from Okoligwe's apartment. Neighbors, becoming increasingly suspicious of the persistent smell and his unusual behavior, grew alarmed. They confronted him about the source of the odor, but he reportedly offered evasive and inconsistent answers. On or around the last week of October 2023, Okoligwe attempted to move the sack containing the body part out of his apartment under the cover of darkness. He allegedly placed the sack into a wheelbarrow, intending to transport it to a location where he could permanently dispose of the evidence. As Okoligwe attempted to move the wheelbarrow, neighbors whose suspicions were already heightened by the persistent stench confronted him directly. They blocked his path and insisted on seeing the content of the heavy, suspicious sack. The tension escalated, leading the neighbors to alert the local vigilante group and subsequently the Rivers State Police Command. Upon arrival, the police were given access to the apartment and the sack. The discovery of Justina Otuene dismembered remains inside the Ghana must go bag confirmed the neighbors' worst fear. Damien Okoligwe was immediately apprehended and detained at the scene. Following his arrest, the Rivers State Command paraded Okoligwe before the media. During this period, reports indicated that the suspect made a confessional statement detailing his action. He was formally charged with murder and remanded in custody. The case was filed by the Rivers State Attorney General and prosecuted at the State High Court in Port Harcourt. The trial was presided over by Justice Chiwe Owosu. The prosecution presented overwhelming evidence, including the testimony of the neighbors, forensic evidence from the scene, and Okoligwe's own admission. Justice Owosu found Damien Okoligwe guilty of murder. The judge dismissed any claim of accidental death, stating that the act was executed with high degree of intent. The ruling heightened the cold, calculated nature of the crime. In the final judgment delivered on November 28, 2025, Justice Owosu described Okoligwe's action as intentional, composed, calculated, coordinated, and evil, emphasizing the premeditated and gruesome nature of the murder. Having been found guilty of murder, which is an offense punishable by death under Nigerian law, Justice Owosu sentenced Damien Okoligwe to death by hanging. The case of Justina Otuene, which began as horrific acts of violence and betrayal between two students, concluded with the highest possible legal penalty, serving as a landmark judgment against the backdrop of rising insecurity and ritualistic crime concerns in the country. Now, for some of you that does not understand this story, let me break it down for you people. Now, this was a story between two youths, Okoligwe, Damien Okoligwe, the guy, and his girlfriend, Justina Otuene. Both of them were in the same school, UNIPORT. This guy in question was a 300 level student, and the guy in question that committed this crime was a 400 level student. Now, according to reports, it was said that this guy murdered his girlfriend, Justina, in his room, in his apartment. While the girl came for visit, he murdered him and dumped her remains inside his room. So as days passed by, the body of this girl started to smell. It was bringing out a bad odor. And as a result of that, it started to draw the attention of the neighbor. And so those neighbors, out of curiosity, they started to ask questions. Guy, how far waiting the smell for your room? And according to reports, Damien used to just, to give them a random answer and pass. Until one day, he wanted to dispose of the body, possibly at night, using a wheelbarrow. But the neighbors, they noticed, and therefore they confronted him like, guy, how far waiting day that bag, waiting you want go through way so, because it seemed as if all those in neighbor, they don't already they suspect and says. And so agitation came up and the neighbor raised alarm. The vigilante around that area and policemen, they came and forced the guy to open the bag. Ghana must go. And that was when they saw the disemboweled body of the girlfriend, Justina. My goodness. My goodness. And immediately they apprehended Damien Okoligwe and took him to station. Guys, this incident happened in 2023. And the final verdict was given just yesterday, 28th of November 2025. And Damien was found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. Now, this is the thing. If you are dating a guy and you have some suspicion about him, and those suspicions, they are bad, guy, the best thing to do is to find your way. Not allow any guy use your head, though. If you suspect that the guy you are dating is into those fraudulent and illegal acts, the best thing to do, sister, find your way. Find your way. Now, who they are alive, they date person. Don't be who don't die. And also, guys, don't forget to like my videos and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so. VDM actually made a call saying that today, of course, was supposed to be a general, cleanup, and a lot of people actually, showed up. But for some of you that refuse to show up, the next one will soon be announced, and once it is announced, I beg, try show up.
All right, guys, so that will be all for today. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Please support my channel, and for some of you that has subscribed already, that continue to support my channel, I love you guys. Thank you so much, and I really appreciate. I'll see you guys in my next video.